told you that I never would. I told you I changed.
Open public, Bill 1975, Chapter 231. The notice requirements have been satisfied. Meeting dates for the year are listed in the annual agenda. Copies are sent to the record, the Urbanite and Northern Valley Press, and posted on the bulletin board in the lobby of the municipal center. Notice of the special work session meeting via the November 4th, 2022 sunshine notice has been sent to the record, the Urbanite and Northern Valley News, has been posted on the bulletin board in the lobby of the municipal center and borough website. Okay, thank you everyone for being here. Tonight is really a listening session for myself and the council members to hear from the public and folks from the senior center, the library, recreation, whoever is here in the audience to kind of express their views of the world and what they'd like to see in their different facilities. This meeting is actually going to be run by our engineers. Andy Hippolyte is right here, and Andy is going to, he has done this numerous times as we kind of work through this process, which is long with lots of details. So, and no preconceived notions really. So Andy, why don't you go to the microphone and take it away. Is that working?
You can hear me, right? Yeah. So, one, thank you for coming. Thank you, Mayor Council, and thank you, public. The process is a normal process. We're here to kind of do some futuristic visioning, or we call it green light meeting, and that involves possible community center, possible new senior center, and a possible library. There's no commitment to any of them, but you can't come up with what's needed without the various groups telling us what they're looking for. So the way the process normally works, and we've done with a dozen, you first hear from the groups that use these centers, libraries, senior centers, community centers, of what they need. You currently have something or nothing. It has whatever it may be, but if you could build a new one, what would it be? So like build a library, one want the library to be all virtual and no books. Do I want my community center to have an ice hockey rink, a basketball rink, tons of meetings and storage? I don't know what you want, but tonight's for you as public to tell us what you want. That's tonight. After you're done, myself and Richard and you all work at college on the management side. We're going to kind of accumulate those notes and put them together. Then we're going to do the same thing separately with the mayor and council and the various departments that are involved in running these entities. Then we're going to put it all together in a report and then come back to the mayor and council with the public and say, this is what we told us. So then you'll tell us, you know, hey, that's what we told you. We told you. So okay, great. So now this guy then sharpens his pencil and puts it to numbers. He says, if you're going to build it, it's going to cost this much. We'll decide whether we do separate sites, one site, two sites, another site. We don't know the answer. We don't have a site yet. Then we'll look to say, if we have a site where we can make a recommendation, being involved in the borough of sites that could be used. Could be here, it could be at the old pool site, it could be the senior center now, it could be a building on town we want to purchase and then build on. It doesn't matter. Right now, we're not talking sites. Right now, we're talking about what you desire in your building. Size of building, activities in building, something like we had a project just recently that was just a community. We met with the town. We had probably 10 tons of people that are here because we had every group from Boy Scouts to Girl Scouts. Everybody was there. All Little League, basketball, softball, they were all there. By the time we left, we went from a building that was 20,000 square feet and it was going to be 100,000. Now, the difference between a 20,000 square foot building and 100,000 square foot building is 30 or 40 million. So the town has to decide whether they want to commit to that project or not. And then if they don't want to commit to it, they say, okay, we're going to commit to X dollars. And then we start taking this great list we developed in all the meetings and paring it down and saying, well, if you want to take 10 million off, you take it before. If you want to take this off, you take this off. And it's kind of, I almost consider it like kind of like Legos. When I was a kid, I like Legos. If you have a box of Legos, you only build so much. But you can bring a box in and build more. You have to pay for that box that comes in that has more Legos. And then the more intricate the Lego set gets, the more Lego set costs. So it's a very similar process. And as the building goes up, the sizes go up, the gas go up, so does the cost of the professional fees or the site, as the site, So for tonight, again, this is more about you. As you come up, I'll interact with you, I'll ask you more questions. I'm not gonna ask you many questions, I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of what you want. Go one at a time, tell me where you live, tell me what group you're with, and then talk about your desires for either community center, or library, or senior center, or all three, it's okay. This is open mic, there's nothing on the table tonight. I want to be specific, this is not about program. So a lot of times with these meetings, people can go, I want to go in the library, I want to know that's program. You could say, well, I want to library, I want metal detectors, but even that's still program, you don't need to know that. So be careful, your asks are not programming asks, they're not operational asks. They're not even going to run the building and how they're going to operate. It's what do you want in your building? You can't operate a building and provide a program because we don't know what it is. A lot of times we tell people space, meeting rooms, activity rooms, virtual areas, non-virtual areas, things that are going to get you a building and you walk in, you can fill it up with the meetings, fill it up with the people, stuff. And we'll tell you that a lot of these meetings, every group and they goes, we're the basketball group. We need 1,000 square feet of storage. Expensive for storage. So the basketball really need 1,000 square feet. I don't know. If you want to say it, the storage is expensive, you're building a building. It becomes very expensive. So all the above has to be balanced. I don't need to say anything else unless anyone has any questions on the process. We can stay here, for an hour, 2 hours, whatever you want.
I just want to point out on the agenda, we have this order of, senior center, library, then recreation. So we kind of try to stick to that.
I guess that's fine. We can go in order. We'll go senior center, library, kind of rec center, community center. So let's start with senior. And Rich and I are going to take on.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so, my name is Michelle House, I'm the director of the Tenafly Senior Center, right around the corner. I just want to say thank you for giving us this opportunity. Our main idea is actually, I know we're not talking programming, but there's a space right across the street from our senior center. That's a perfect location in a perfect world. There's a CVS parking lot, that would be a perfect place for us, again, in a perfect world. You can close on Friday and Friday you can reopen there on Monday and just start on Monday. But that is what in our ideal world as a senior center is like. So right now, our space is 4,600 square feet right now. So I'll break it down to kind of go in like the other direction, but we have a main room right now that's we have a main room that's 1,555 square feet. That's our main room where we do all our exercise classes and all our lunches. And our we have presentations in there and monthly lunches all the time. Our monthly lunches, we have 75 people. At the current time, we are actually no because we are running out of space. So what's happening currently 1,555 people on the list. Okay. We would love to almost even like double that, plus a little bit more, very whole number. So we have 417 paid members. We get about 50 to 60 people signing every day. Before COVID, we had 80 to 100. Our enrollment actually is increasing every day. We have 400 people sign up today.
What's the largest event?
Our largest event that we hold is a monthly luncheon. Right now, we cap it at 70 people. Again, before COVID, we used to cap it at like 90, but we're trying to keep the space where we can move around, we can breathe, we're not right on top of each other. It's time for different now.
And then,
We have to tell people no, which is really heart-wrenching when we have to say, sorry, it's filled up.
so what I hear from you is you want a room and then with a bed underneath.
At least, yeah, so maybe like 3,500 square feet. Right now, about 100 to 125 people would be great.
We have a max.
125.
Does that include? Obviously, getting your drawing, the kitchenette can handle that.
Yeah, so our kitchen right now is 300 square feet. If we're gonna get a room to that size, we probably definitely need to double the kitchen size.
So think about the answers. Kitchen, bathroom. Once you get inside of the building, you can design the ancillary functions to match that size. So you're not anywhere. So what I'm looking for from you is you want. Building to handle one room, you get 100, one about people.
Yes.
What other rooms? do you need?
So one room, we have 6 art classes, and each one, well, 6 art classes, about 4 of them right now are at capacity.
How many people are there?
And we used to take up to 20, 25 people, but now most people, it's a little smaller. Yes. Yes.
You can bring my name, I'm not promising.
So that's under one shot. It's 20 people, yes, that would be great.
Then what, the library, how many people are there?
So we have a library that is actually, that's actually a really nice size, like cards in there, and we do have books in there, so that would actually be really nice. We keep that.
You want to keep it?
Yeah.
And do you have a number of people in that library? Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to do, we have that space, we would have presentations in there. Also. So we would have,
So the library would also be able to 50 people.
yeah, I say it.
And the big room, you want to be able to.
Yeah. It would be, it would be a library split of multi-function.
We can put it two rooms together, we got, now just make it better. We could
Yeah.
open out there.
Divider.
It would be a dividers, in all 3 rooms. So now. Another part,
That's all right.
the site. Unfortunately, we're not here to say, hey, we're gonna have a question. 1, we don't own it. 2, we don't know if we can buy it, if it's for sale, or if the council is getting it. So today is only about getting what we want. So
Right.
we want, what else? As far as bathrooms, and kitchens, building size and where.
Okay, so we can.
One story? Well, no.
Yeah,
No, well, no.
walk right in to the reception area, and that'll be amazing.
How many parking spaces?
Oh, boy.
At least 30.
At least, we have 18 now, they park all over town, so I would say 30, 50 parking places. Listen, if this is my one shot, 30 to 50.
When you have 100 people or 125 people show up for an event, I'm assuming they don't mind on it. She's going to figure out. So some of it, they don't come together.
No, we're actually 65 and older. So they park all over town. When we have an event today, they were parking at Stop and Shop, they were parking over here, walking over, the parking is always been a problem. Then, okay, so we have 3 offices currently, which are actually the 3 offices are great. We would love a small room, and a private, maybe 400 square feet, or the nurses kind of like the private, they do blood pressure, there's screening there. We have a
So 3 offices and 1
yeah,
section.
and 1 extra room. We have a social worker in town, she can actually hold meetings there, private meetings, meetings. The reception area would be really nice. In the front.
Is the reception area like a lockdown area where they have to come to the, go to get in?
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, we don't have anything like that in the security, so we might have a further. A hospitality room, which would be like an oversized closet for coffee and snacks, and we have to use the food kitchen and interrupt classes as they're going in for coffee. Yes, they will, right, but if we could have a separate room, so they wouldn't have to go into.
Something that a counter and then.
Yes. Great. Now to go to, I know, right now, in our center, to go to the facilities or go get coffee, they have to walk through the way that the center flows, they have to walk through all the exercise classes. It's a safety issue, so there's a lot of full way that they have to go. So they don't have to interim.
How much storage?
So our storage space, right, well, I guess total like square feet, but it could be all broken up into other closets. There's a closet in the art room, closet in the main room, I don't know, recreation.
So nothing out of yours? Just
No.
Yeah, closet space that's.
Right, yeah, right. We just, yeah.
Give you a protective.
Yeah.
Right, you get, if your big room can seat 125, there'll be an area to break those chairs, that would be part of the program. To put that down, without staying there. And the other rooms are the big.
If we had space, we would love 3 separate classrooms with storage on. For,
So in addition to the 3, also one, 3.
yeah, the 3 classrooms, one could be conference style, and the 2 others could be, maybe the whole house, like 20, 30 people for different classes.
Maybe over.
Let's say 25. That could be all for different classes. Partition, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Storage stock, Lynn, I do, I'm sure it's kind of that one, but yeah, anything. Again, we're not professional, but we've been, right now, it's 4,600, a little over 4,600, would be 2.5 times that space would be amazing.
Michelle.
Sorry, that's all right.
So I just heard a single story. If there was an opportunity to put classrooms or boxes on the center table, that amenable.
I think so, if you think it's easy to get to, yeah, if it's easy, like.
So here's what, yeah, more of it, we have your wants. Your wants may not fit on one story, you may fit on 2, it may fit on another, I don't know, we have to take it one and put it to the site. So I wouldn't get too involved in that, I just asked her about 1 story versus 2, because there are some people who say we want 2 stories to separate our offices, more to open more regular activities. With the potential, yeah, it's not, so they don't, they develop that, they take it.
Oh, that's, this is not like a legal. Oh, that's not really correct. Okay,
A lot of information. Can we just find out? We'll be fine. Okay. Can we send this out right here? No. More thing to do.
You guys want to say anything?
You're here, come on. There's not complaints.
It's needs.
For you to decide, as you think about this, I think it's, pretty tough for this. They're all things that everyone wants. I would assume it'd be helpful to understand priorities of the, you want to get that early from them, even if it's discussed, so make it up, total space or where it's actually located or the design, so they understand, so you can understand as you put things together, kind of how that fits. I don't know if that's.
No, so this is your question to you. So you gave me a nice little sketch. Literally, I'll tell you, we've been doing this for 30 years. No group has ever walked down here.
There.
Let's go.
But what I'll tell you is the great part of the sketches. And then you get into the priority question, because you've already given your priority, show them that. Unless you tell me wrong, your main room, your big room, what you said, Because you need 2 other rooms and 1 library room, and we added this extra room outside the kitchen, like I call it, without storage, so unless you have different priorities. Here.
That is the priority, yes, because that's, those are the 3 rooms, obviously, that we use all the time.
I think it's right. Again, I'm just making it up.
Yeah.
As other people come together, you're gonna say, I want 100,000 square feet, I want it in the center of town, and I want it to be, new Art Nouveau. It's important for people for you to understand, for the people, look, the key, the number I would propose to, what's the number 1 thing? So what I'm saying is, I don't care where you put it, I need 100,000 square feet. Or I don't care how much space you give me, I need to be across the street from where I am today. Or couldn't care less where it is, but it better have lots of glass and, purple. So I think it's important as you speak to each of the 3 constituents, what is the go, no go, what is the break? I don't care what I get, but as long as it's purple.
So the major, if you want to know what the major thing is, we're located across to knock that building down and rebuild there would displace so many seniors that is their home away from home. It's gonna take, let's say, even if you say a year and a half, it's gonna be 2.5 years on that. Okay, so I mean, just so I just want you all to be aware that these people, this is their home away from home. And to knock something down and put it in that space, unless you gave me a place that I can house all these people for 2.5 years and their lives are not going to change, that's a different story.
That is there a section of town you go, we actually can't go here, we really want to be in the downtown?
Yeah.
The emergency wants to be there too, because our members come in the innocent, they walk around, and they shop, especially the Christmas time, they go shop, out of town, they support the downtown, or they would, the emergency would really like to have it in there. What I like.
So let me ask you a question. For the second, what if I put you back in the downtown before you get to the square feet, you put somewhere else at 86? What do you think? And you don't have to answer that tonight, but that's something you may have to think about. Right, so that question may come, that question may come to you. I would say to you that in the hierarchy of your rooms, so I had to call it a bigger, like, what we like, it potentially can create one gigantic room that has partitions that can serve as your room. That's sometimes it's easier to do to create a big room, so.
We just need to have it, that does have to, we need to be able to, the location and the flow of the center has to be where bathrooms are out of, outside, there's a lot of things that happen now, they're walking to the place, they're kicking in, and then they're complaining, and they're gonna be hurt. They would have to do the alarm.
Right, so you guys. Yeah,
But the part of love belongs to the people who want to be KPS. The problem is that our creative parts are there.
Sitting there, they're actually all right.
We own the parking lot. All the CPS people go and see the parking lot. Instead of the parking.
Well, the borough was PBS. We only.
Oh.
Either for them to park over there, or then place parking on there. Or if you use it, it's in their hand. It's only 3 or 4 cars that park there all the time. Like today, for people, there was up people parking there, really good.
right, so we'll call it, highlight the stuff that's important. And we're gonna ask a question. Size, so you're over 8,000 square feet. You want 3 main rooms, 1 big room, 2 small, and 3 wider. They're asking, you want 30 different purposes, we want them closed, which prevents from seeing. And then you have a lot of other ones inside here, but I guess the big one is possibly the big room holding 100 bed.
Yeah, and the extra classrooms would be totally beneficial.
Right, but the 3 offices, the extra room, and the 3 rooms are almost mandatory. The extra classrooms are kind of like, hey, get it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Andy, quick question. Do you need to know how they use the kitchen currently?
Unless, only if, only if they're using it for really basic stuff. So if they use it as a full cooking kitchen, yes, then we would not. Unless they don't need that. So if they say, listen, we literally only just have an oven you want to come up with, we bring it, we don't have a fire. But if you want a full working kitchen, then I'm not be a same. Yeah, it's the not even the people.
We have luncheon, yeah, over me.
You like everything.
No, we're not.
Well, no, but like, most of what we. Most of them have full.
Yes.
I would- So I, again, reverting to a funny story, 10 years ago, I was doing one of these student center. And I had a meeting, this is not even the senior group, so he just said that we don't trust that Mr. Hensley, that's interesting, is that we're inviting him and the mayor to lunch that day. And we had lunch with them that day, they all. So, my son, he gave me that. Oh, you want to. All right, so senior center, anything else in the company that you want and desire?
You don't have a question for up here.
So I'm not sure that I Michelle, one of the things I've heard over the years, speaking with the group of seniors, is that they want to be independent and not attached to anything else. Because one of the things we are all discussing is, can we combine two things into one building, a library and senior center? Can we move you closer to the municipal complex? And so I think it would help process if we understand where the group stands on those things.
You know, I think our first priority would be to be by ourselves. What is not sure, there's no other way that we need to get together. The one thing that we should emphasize, and I think we all would actually like to see, that we have, during the working hours of the senior center, that we have full control of our area. And that we have priority, that we have a night event or a weekend, and that we can have the first priority of that role. Sure.
Well, that's why I said, in a perfect world, it would be great if that needed to happen, for as long as we have our space and we still, we're independent, where we control our space, because we do pop-up events, we do things at night, we do things on the weekend. If we can continue being as independent as we are, that would not happen.
Wait, remember from the perspective. The more separate, the more cost, the more coordinated, the less cost. None of what we're talking about is done. Clear, we're not talking about spending. Right, so we're talking about spending tens of millions of dollars. We're going to try to put together multiple options, separate site free, the combined site, and then the numbers come back to this group up here. They're going to go 80 million, 100 million, or 20 million. I mean, that's the kind of range we talk about, that their numbers that big. And then they have to for funding, also for grants. With the senior center, there are grants available just for the ADA accessibility. Well, the county, state. So, get it, I got the priority. I don't have any more questions. You guys have any?
There's a question for you.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, you know, you wanted for the senior center a dedicated space to yourself. You don't have necessarily an objection to having a senior center as part of a complex.
Yeah.
Right, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to make this not a standalone location there.
Right.
But your own.
Yeah. Other things that I think that we are. I mean, we're part of the burden, don't get me wrong, you know, we make it simple. The question I brought in full, and it's just we run it when we.
But I have, the notes that we have to use a dedicated space to do that. I hear that.
Yeah. Any other comments? Go
Answer,
go ahead.
like,
Well, right now, we just extended our patio, we haven't seen it, it was great. We haven't been able to use the evidence, not 100% done, but thanks to DPW, they did an amazing job, so great, you, what's the case? Right? So, an outdoor space would be great, yeah. Picnic table, I think people, why? The things are.
20-30 bucks, close.
Michelle, if anybody else in the senior center wants to be.
Anybody else?
Love it there. It's more than a thing. It really is. The life like a lot of people.
Any other questions? Jeff, go ahead.
I know you talked about the senior center. Is there something that you've heard about in another senior center? So that you say, man, I love it.
There's less now.
Okay.
They
That's
did
great.
it. I think I can. They could be.
I know that you do, I just sometimes. One thing. Wow.
New van. Yeah.
When you make them one.
The opposite, anything in particular, the senior center that you don't, except for the side, there's rings about it you don't like now, whether it's parking, layout, it's hard.
They're trailers. So we're working trailers, there's a lot of traffic in trailers. You're starting to get the doors going down, like, to repair them. You go underneath and guys, you can't get rid of stuff. Yeah, that's parking and disability and stuff. We're doing the best we can with what we have. So I have to do with the best we can, what we have. Get them out of what we do.
So, you were talking about an article in the library. If there was, you know, you had, the union had, something in mind, like an exercise or something like that. Does that, are any
You
other,
mean
like, things like, let's say.
Something like that, but that's where all our class to be, but as for like a major workout tools, never really.
Right.
Might be a little bigger, but I would.
Okay. But I mean, anything else like that where you can, where you can, you know.
Well, I think if we did, it would be those 3 extra classrooms that I said earlier. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry, we talked on the old briefly, momentum, but I actually want to cover on it. We have a senior services coordinator, she mentioned, like, here, she works with more homebound seniors that aren't really out and about and active in senior center. Are you interested in pairing her with your facility, giving her designated office space at the conference center? I know we said, you know, we kind of we'll buy it, but
Sure.
Right next.
I would imagine if we did this, she would be there, the bus schedule would be there, myself, my assistant, yeah.
So the three alternates, not in the court.
It would be a fourth office.
We built that smaller room for the, okay, the smaller, there was one, you know, once a week, I have to give my own, the ones that
So there's three alternates and one after the week.
big bird.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I have three, 4 actually. Three alternates and one.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually have her over there, big bird, smaller, maybe more.
You have four.
Then you know, I know, you know, on to both. Doesn't matter, this don't make sense.
Yeah, they're reflecting on the station.
Yeah, it actually makes sense, but I think that's already kind of been provided for in terms of the private school.
Right.
You know, that's all.
Great. You guys. Thank you guys.
All right.
Very well done.
Want to speak? All right. So let's, welcome back here, Michelle.
Yeah. Good.
All right, so let's move on to the library and
So now we are, what if I get sketchy library?
yeah.
I do not have.
So before, we have an interesting library, and one of the absolutely the library will be changed. Yeah, I think you've got to do this. That's all they do. I mean, books and versions. Right, and maybe you have a better idea that always libraries that we've been involved in recently. Oh, there's a lot of moves to create a lot of space in the world. Not that it's getting rid of books, but I'll leave it here.
Well, actually, what's going on in the library world is that people are using the library for different things. And when you talk about, the virtual world, what people are coming to use the library for things like, it's funny because I just saw it today, and I wish I had seen it earlier. Some patrons sent you, Mayor Sinna, a wish list for what they wanted in a library. And, if I, had a chance to talk to patrons and really have an idea of what they wanted to do, because I've been through this process for a previous library, and that's usually what you have social groups and stuff like that. They actually had some good ideas, like kitchens and a recording studio and stuff like that you would want in your library. But if we're talking about the most important thing,
Even I use my car, but I have to do have a car. But then we have to our idea is, because I just capture as much as we can. I think the question for the council, like the senior center, to make sure we're capturing what we want. Because we don't want to get.
and, the things going on. Okay.
We're gonna send, Judy's gonna send you that.
What is a must, the priority?
Size, but. Hold on, side.
Would be, about 24,000 square feet. We have 17,000.
And how many libraries are harder? Let's talk about either overall library space or books or people using computers versus offices and copies.
Okay.
It's that.
All right, so for shelving, now we don't currently have an ADA compliant building. So now we're talking ADA compliant, so you need to do shelving. So it'd be about 10,000 square feet total for shelving. No, again, I'm not. This is. Yeah.
Do you know how many?
Dividing the total number, I was using like 10, so that would be,
How many books you have now?
we have a total of, let's see, because I broke it down by collection. So we had 55,000 adult items, so it would be 103,000.
And then in that 103,000 books, how many shelves you have in the front? And then we will call a number. What do you have right now?
How many shelves? I don't know.
Okay, here.
I don't know, but the thing is too, Is well, I'll just do that.
That's all, I'm gonna figure that out. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, you wanted to know,
So we have 10,000 square feet of, we'll call it space for shelves. Let's talk about space for, we'll talk about computers.
okay,
But I know we might station them off in little cubes, there's still gonna be a room where it's cubed up for space, correct?
like a closed off room for,
Could be, it's up here.
because right now we have, so we have public computers and then we would need more workstations, like where people, that's one problem we have right now. Is that people don't have places where they can really hook up, we're not wired.
We asked a question, but
Okay.
there's no libraries involved in the state.
What was 800 square feet?
Computer location.
That's what they need more.
In an 800 square feet, we'll propose off to the side in the number. How many computer ones?
So it would be 10 public computers and 10 workstations where people bring their own.
The 10 actual computers, you want 20 for each feet.
So try to bring their own.
You want more than
Well, this is for people, like, really, you can work anywhere in the library. You don't even need, like, if people work outside and on bench.
Okay, so the question, how many, I'm looking at one or another, you want a private rooms for either individuals or groups and each?
Yes.
How many?
3 classroom type rooms
How
and
many?
for the study. The possibility of partitioning, like, utilizing different.
Makes sense, 1 second. So the reason it makes a difference, that means we're stacking the conditions next to each other with movable partition. So it's either gonna hold 90, 60, and 30, or 30, 30, 30. That's important, that would be in the design, you have to be able to stack those, so that's okay. And then in the public space, not your staff space, in the public space, I have 10,000 shelf space. Let's say 1,000, so 800 to 1,000 square feet of computer stations, which is 20 stations, 10 in the street coming out, 3 classrooms for 30 people. What else in the public space do you need for days like that?
A meeting room that can hold 100 people and room for events, we have concerts that are very popular. And right now, this is placed right in the middle of the library.
So need for 100 people with a piano.
Yeah. And obviously, storage.
What is
No,
the-
we don't have the space right now. Do you think we can use, no, we don't use it.
Okay, so then in the 100-person room, the chairs that come in and out of the storage space associated with it.
Mhm.
What else for public?
So
I know you have a reception desk, that'll be compensated. Understand that. How many people, let's think of high day in the library, it's your max day of people anyone that have.
well, that was, so after school, we could have 80 kids. Well, actually, we have but, if you're not talking about an event that's bringing in a ton of people, after school, we're sort of, I would say, like 80 kids, nowhere to fit.
So under a normal max day, we're gonna 80 plus people, in an event, we're gonna 100 plus people.
Yes.
Let's get into the staff. How many staff?
So we have, right now we have a staff room that is about 800 square feet, and I was asking for they all work together. And, that,
How many people?
that would be, if we have 6, That, on the common.
So you want 6 movie making cubes, you want 6 cubes in the furniture.
Yeah.
And then how many individuals?
2.
And you have a total of 8 staff.
No, it's just not everybody.
What's the total amount of staff?
Maybe the clarification is, so I think you're talking about staff as people who are working inside the office environment, right? Opposed to looking at the counter or on the shelf.
Correct.
So that's, you have to ask without detail.
The counter, when I walk in the library, usually, yes, you might have one with you there. Their staff is around 84. Do you have anyone else on the main floor?
Yeah. So,
So you have those people on the main floor, they do. At the same time, I have people on back office. That's what we're going to, some people back off.
oh, okay, so in the back hall, there's going to be like one.
Okay, so if you, fine, so you're doing 2 main staff. 3 individuals. In 1 staff room, 6 cubes, you have enough staff.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll say it was 20 desks.
But,
Well, they're gonna-
well, no, but that makes the problem. Where the library, we have a combined.
keep in mind.
Yeah.
So, reference desk, front desk, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the children's librarian is not out there. It's out there, I think the chance.
That's what we're in on buffer.
The children's area is a separate part of the library, I would also be present.
It's my kid, it's 24,000.
Yeah,
Okay, but to be, I'm gonna be an area cordoned off for the children's library.
yeah,
How many square feet?
well, the total for that would be about 6,000.
Is that what it is now?
No.
That's what you're proposing?
No, because our children's services are, they're the most important part of the library. They really are. I mean, people move to Tenafly, so
Yep.
their kids can go to the school. The children's room always probably is the most important part, and right now it's tiny.
So the 6,000 square foot, there's a big open area for library plus the children's room.
No, what I was asking for in that area was, there was no. Well, besides seating, I wanted like one of the 3 classrooms would be a STEM room for me to speak to the kids. That, well, you know, I guess you don't need to.
Yes, I- They have 3 classrooms. Separate from that, you have 6,000 square foot space for children's library. The 6,000 square foot space for library, the meeting divided up in 8 points. 6,000 square feet, no one.
Oh, I see.
Like, so I'm saying this is not, this is 6,000 square feet, you want to be able to divide office.
Yeah, so within that 6,000 square feet would be one of the 3 options. And, like a laptop area for. You wouldn't want to enclose the team area. But I mean, I guess. You know, it's
One key area.
I couldn't move the children because keep them away from the quiet. Yeah, that would be great. That's something that I do.
Outdoor space for how many people?
I mean, we've had these done but we've always. Yeah, we've always used so that's why. They're really big.
That's not enough. You can say the same time.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I wish I had, like an outline of what exactly we'd be looking for in advance, I would have given that on my phone.
So at some point. you know,
Okay.
Today, we should kind of be careful.
Mhm.
And if we find out what we want, if I can't even outline, then I'm telling you what it's better. I just want to find out what you want, I want, and then we do another question. To try to do things that I want. You've done a lot of it, you know, by the way, like one of your thoughts, I don't know your program. And I don't want you to, but I want you to, you're gonna come to me, so, for instance. You need a clean area. And it needs to be, I think it's, that needs to not be full through, maybe have some glass on it. Maybe you'll see that we need separate, I think that's important, you have a child room, in your room, that, you know, one supervisor. I get things, that means like. Yeah, how we separate the 6,000 square feet would be like more of a detail. You have any idea at all how the member events were managed?
We've had outdoor events.
Talk about area location, you're here. In the perfect world, you want to stay here? You want to stay here, because you don't want, you know, downtown, and maybe different stuff. Okay.
For clarity, when you say stay here, is it just, I'm gonna make stuff up? People are used to this area, it's great that it's next to the municipal field or the police station, it's great that it's next to the pizza shop. Wow, you know.
I'm just walking distance.
Walking distance from the schools and down.
A lot of people, you know, who live around here, like people living around, you have to walk over and live around areas. Very locally down here, I mean, you know, not there, actually.
Yeah, there would be a question. Separate space, shared space, or do you like the idea that you're connected to this building?
Separate space, we don't mind being on the same, you know, like, but not being connected. It would be easier to maintenance wise, having our own building.
And one of the reasons for staying in this complex is the fact that there is adequate parking. Because when, as the senior center said, you know, they have basically no parking at all. And the downtown parking is terrible, whereas here, there's enough space to handle our clientele. Without impinging on people coming to the municipal building or the team center or the field, so.
We'll note that as your space, wherever it is down.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We can usually have a very wonderful historic preservation area within the library. So, and I would like the historic preservation room. I think it is like, needs, so, maybe people-
Next question. Is the historic preservation area in the library that wants to put it, or you want it?
you know,
Right, so, in the, in the library, would you prefer to not have that there, or are you okay with it if you want it there?
I don't have to.
This is the one thing that-
There's so many things I don't know. You know, how much does it cost to control the temperature of the room? You know, we just have 100 milliliters, that's what we're looking at. You know.
No, listen. So in a new building, heating air. You have to stay in your heating, that's not an issue. Lighting is very issue. It's more, right now you have historic preservation in your library, yeah, it's in your library order. If you had your perfect world, you keep it there, so municipal don't take it back.
Well, right now, I mean, we don't have enough of it to warrant like a room or anything like that. In terms of, I mean, I'm not willing to answer that on the spot.
We have some of the oldest documents in our town stuck in a storage closet in the middle of David Johnson Park. We need to move the library and I know where to move it. But we do want to consolidate everything and put on display and make it a showpiece. I mean, we had documents from 1800 sitting in a box in the drawer, you know. So Julie in our library, in our wonderful library, we do have some cabinets, they're full. We have some wonderful historians that have done things in the library.
I'm gonna capture it as historic document presentation area. If possible, historic preservation officer meeting, or kind of one and the same.
And what about the issue of 1 floor versus 2 floors?
You know, in a library, it doesn't necessarily matter if you guys an elevator, so we kind of have to figure it out. You could be on 1 floor. or 2 floors. Unless you say, listen, I have to be on 1 story or out there.
I mean, I don't know how much visually there is, but if the worksheet 1 story would be better. I worked at libraries with elevators in the past. I know other library directors, the elevators are. You know, they're in mission.
Yeah, that's good. And
Other questions, from other members of the library board? Comments?
Yeah, one of the things that would be important in designing the children's area, which our library at this point does not have. The children's area really has only 1 door to get out if there's a problem. And, you know, we had talked about a few years ago, putting a 2nd door out into the, you know, like the north side of the library, and we were told we could not do that. So that's really important to be compliant and for safety reasons. And that door could, you know, would have to be a door that would be locked from the outside, but able to be pushed open from the inside.
so in a new building, you're gonna be able to tell you what you're working with.
Say that again.
In a new building, you're gonna be able to tell us how many doors. It's more, that means more, you're kind of like you're running a library in your office. We'll give you all what you need by code. You want more, you have to tell us, that's not. So, point well taken, but we're not that way.
Laura has a question.
One of the things I'm supposed before that I hope with the new building would come in additional technology. I know you were saying around the beginning, stuff like a recording room, things like that. What kind of technology improvements do you guys want to see and, you know, implement here?
Well, I mean, I wasn't kidding, I talked about the recording, you know, that's actually, in a lot of libraries right now. But, well, first of all, we would need upgrades to all of our wiring. We have a lot of problems that we don't have to wiring.
How big is the recording?
Small, they're just a kind of small. Not, I mean, you can put it in one of the classroom there that looks like they're running their colors.
So, again, from a technology perspective and wiring, you're going to get a new state yard.
Yeah.
When we get to the point where film, you're going to top, we're gonna go to your one Dell, you know, you're gonna get that 100.
Yeah, and I'm.
Wiring, you can say,
You know what, we should add into computer lab. Because, like, I mean, if I call it computers, but we right now don't have any, Apple computers, all those. You know, we don't have the tools and wrap.
I'll be your computer. Either for.
Yeah.
And meetings.
Maybe. the printer which would go in the back.
That would be- that's it, yeah. Is that in the 24,000 per week?
Yes. That's within, that is given that, I put it in here, but I didn't mention it. 200 for that. Yeah, that would be important too, so with that, meeting room would be guaranteed, okay.
And Julie, that would be separated off, because it's very distracting when you have a classical music concert and there's a lot of.
It would be its own.
Its own,
and
yeah.
with some degree of sound.
Take care of that.
You're not including cameras.
No, we don't have the sound now, so.
That's the best reputation you've ever.
Anyone else from the library want to make a comment? Where Laura goes? Yes, go ahead.
I would love to see the building also environmentally friendly. Because I look at all of these roofs and not one of them has a solar panel on it. And not one of them has efficient heating and cooling. And I think that anything new that should really be considered, because that will save the borough money over the long run.
Lead, so lead certification has a minimum of 20%.
The minimum what?
The minimum of 20%. It's not more. Sometimes there's a. What?
20% of the project.
So the project.
$100, it's gonna be $120.
Yeah, it's just. It's just a budget item. So designer don't do it. Like building that.
Certification.
Look at the reading, choose what you want, don't text that.
But if we didn't talk about this, I think they don't have enough data in the library.
The boundary line.
I also wanted just to go back to the children's library again, and also days where when I was small, I spend the afternoon, so I think you need to have maybe some sort of separate space, so like table chairs, that kind of, that maybe that's what the whole lounge type area.
We get the spaces that have 2 rooms, 1. So, open lot, that kings and 1 cell. So we 3 rooms. And $6 for people.
Other comments from library board members? Anybody wants to talk about the library? Maybe.
Did you get clarity on kind of what their top thing is?
24,000 square feet.
Yeah, I think there's no more than size. Yeah. So we give you the 24,000 square feet with the longs and things with it. Yeah.
So Andy, Judy just forwarded you an email. Okay, which Julie was referring to a document that was circulated amongst the board members yesterday or so. Okay, about some different ideas for a modern library. And in that are also 2 short videos about it. Wow.
And those came from, members of the public.
The residents came up with the idea, so.
The more that we can get in the public, the better.
Mhm.
What tends to happen in these is you don't get enough.
Right.
Right, so sometimes we go out, Rich and I will sit down, and we are effective because of the things to know, and all that we just. And then we'll bring back less. Now we're gonna bring back less to get more detail.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience, libraries, they will move without a lot of input. I mean, because I have been through this process before, and we have focus groups for users and non-users, staff and teams that are age groups, user input is very, very important.
Okay.
Is there anyone else that you think would be a logical combination for library? Utilizes your space or and it's really down.
Children are our number one, they're our number one user. We do get seniors, but they use the library for very different things from the senior center. They're very active in the senior center. They're not coming to the library for, to Zoom a class. So.
Good.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you.
Somebody, people in the rep are not here yet, so you want to take 10 minutes or 2 minutes?
I'll let you know that. You can right to the back.
No, there's an entire basketball court. You can. So we're just not here yet, we're not coming.
So you can tell it's coming.
We had originally told the date, so now we're early.
All right, well, we'll get started. Jamie. Come on, right, second.
You guys just want to come back here.
I don't want to have a discussion here, but I mean.
So much.
Part of the discussion and my recommendation is to stop here for that, but. It's never happened.
Sorry, we're running an hour early. We'll take it. Yeah.
Really impressive. So they get another.
Yeah.
You don't understand, you want me to go home with that.
They're going to.
We're gonna take a 2-minute break.
Thank you for coming.
Jason, what's up? You want to? You are.
Want to talk but I'm hearing a lot of this. Everyone loves.
You're going to speak to Debbie.
Yeah, I know you guys.
You didn't want to hear this discussion. I'm going to put it in the center.
And that's what you know that. You are different now. This is how like a good job. This is
Where all your weekends?
pretty much designed with.
One thing, the reason that
We're here to talk about community center slash callback center. They're kind of like both in one. We did do senior center, libraries, and everything. The municipality is looking at potentially creating a new community center right now. Site is undetermined. And then these location, everything's undetermined. We'll ask you a lot of questions, you came very nice and well prepared, but it's also not a concern. Our goal is to hear from you or anybody else that's here. If you had a brand new community rec center, what would it have? And then include size and activity rooms, and courts and blah, 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 all the above that we want to, I'm not telling you to put it in. But it also includes saying like, hey, these are our priorities. And you point early on, first, we got to think of what you're doing, what's up, what do you think you really want? So one thing you want to hear is this, because all you have to have, you want to hear that too. We want to hear what you want though, and I want to tell you. So, I got a great booklet here. You know, I have this, so I tell you what you want. So let's talk about size, what kind of rooms you want, how many you want, all the number of stories, one story, multi-story, parking spaces, outdoor space, whatever.
Wonderful. So I did the research and also attached in a 2015 report from which was submitted from me to you by the Recreation Committee. It's a full nice report that was done in 2015. And they went to 3 community centers, all ranging in different sizes. So the Worthy Community Center is 35,000 square feet. These are big centers.
Nice center.
It's beautiful. Sea Caucus is 32,500 square feet.
Sheets, or do you want to?
And Teaneck.
Yeah, I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean.
5,964 square
Is that the Rotunda one?
Yeah.
Road.
How many square feet do you want?
So, Fairlawn just built a community center and they service about 35,000 population. We're about 16 including Alpine. Their community center was 6,400 square feet.
6,400 or 64,000?
6,400. It's small, but they spent a lot of money. It is quite nice for a time.
No, so I'm gonna kind of opinion on this. It doesn't mean you're stopping with them.
Right.
In the community center world, we're pretty good. Right, you mentioned a couple that are 30,000. So it's 30,000. One you said, yeah, we want that, and you got the 6,000. Or we want more than 100. What do you want?
I wanted 50,000. Square foot community center, I think would fit everything in my wish list. But we can negotiate that.
No, it's not, so tonight's not about negotiating. Tonight's not about negotiating size. Then we failed. Tonight's saying, here's the size I want. Now, why? What do you want?
I believe it's gonna fit everything on my list, from fitness centers to bathroom facilities.
So let's just go through it right now. So your list has office, recreation and youth staff.
I would say 5 dollars.
Yeah, good model changer.
Province and media. And 2 for how many people each one?
I think so.
I think it's after 100.
Each.
Give me the-
2.
Oh,
Program events. How many? How many?
I would say at least 5 classroom type room.
How many? How many? You need 25.
Like a classroom type in 30.
Basketball courts.
I have the professionals here for that, but that is so super important too. It would put more, but
Home for a variety of sports program events.
I said maybe be more. The ideal would be, right, it's two separate gyms or side by sides, with two towards me. Okay.
Talk about 2 full-size courts. 4.
Well, four. Two courts next.
Okay, so you're talking about 4 full-size courts.
Or full-size courts. But side by side could be separated.
What does home for a variety of sports and programs?
So you can hold it event indoors, whether it be a dance.
So your basketball court can be multiple
It
shapes.
could be like using the school.
Okay. Open space, and we have that batting cage. You're gonna be able to drop them in.
I love that.
You can drop it, you can drop a batting cage. Right, within the. Workout equipment and walking track. Am I creating area, like weights all the other? And a walking track around all that.
On the second floor,
I wouldn't discourage those.
also know the walking track above the basketball courts.
Yeah, they actually have those in some gyms.
Yeah.
You just have to look over.
Don't they have that in Caucus? When we visit
They have it.
Caucus, yeah. Right.
Youth center, is that in the 50,000 square feet?
It would be an open space room with what we have basically right now. I would say 150.
What is number of kitchens for that? Right. Like a kitchen and bathroom. For privacy.
The facility can be all kinds of hours.
Well, basketball actually, how many? So we jumped ahead, we looked at the kitchen, how many kitchens?
I have the one full-size kitchen that's more like a cafeteria. And then a smaller kitchen for the stuff.
When you talk about snack bar, I mean, something like walking on that, snack bar, is that?
Right.
Technology centers, so a separate room, kind of like a library.
Um,
We've got that outdoor space. So outdoor space, we're saying outdoor space fields and pavilions, so. Right. A rec center, community center can be tied to field. Or it can be separate. You can either keep it as part of it or not. What I was telling you is. There's not a lot of places to Tenafly. We're creating a 50,000 square foot center. Soccer. I'm not sure anything many. So we might. Your preference would be to have them together. You don't care.
I just want to feel somewhere in it.
More than you have.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, just like 3 small rolls is fine.
And if you had the perfect world.
Huh?
Go, how many kids are there?
Are we doing the what?
Are we doing that now? Want to go to bed?
Two, walk around your.
Yes.
Two.
Okay, perfect world for.
Four
Where are the kids? Do we know what they want? Same as always?
additional fields over and above. the
Leaving for dinner because it's 8 o'clock.
And then outdoor pavilion, what?
Pavilion for concerts, I would say, so most of our events are from 300.
Riley, or she just pitching quick news?
So 500.
What's the chicken butter there? Does it matter? Well, which one you prefer?
I'm not entirely hungry, so I don't really care. It's whatever you prefer.
Well, I mean, they have the soup. For the soup. They would I guess they both have udon soup.
Cool.
Indoors. You 3 stories now.
You tell me.
My specialty is aquatics, so I definitely want to
You desire.
possible.
You want to into
Flash part. Flash part, maybe. I know, okay.
How many total classroom spaces in your community center? How many staff?
Do you want to be based in the community center, or do you want to be based in the municipal center? For you.
Well, community centers are on our own, there's animals. Okay.
Well.
Storage.
You don't know. We don't look at it. Where do you keep it all?
We have sheds everywhere, garages.
You consolidate in one place.
The equipment is all, like the field liners and all that heavy equipment.
These are real big.
Big service. Ice rink.
We have a trailer that holds the pod, that holds the,
Pot of water.
for ice rink.
Oh, right, right.
Very good, it does, our rooms bigger than this.
Oh, yeah.
They are all building. We keep that just.
We talked about it.
Anyone else? That was everybody left.
So who else from recreation want to speak or basketball?
Basketball is very important.
I see Noel's on the line there. Oh, no, can you open, can you unmute Noel in case he wants to speak? Right. Hey, Noel.
Hello. I'm just listening in. I'm just here.
Okay, just wanted to acknowledge you in case you want to speak up.
Thank you.
Jason, step up to the mic, please.
Good evening, Mayor, the application as well. We have Tenafly that whole board, Jeff Dayton. So as you can see, this presentation issue is very important about the sport on behalf of the board. So obviously we're here to speak in favor of a new rec center, we have to set up my game now, but I get going there. So this is good timing, because we just did the schedule.
What is it?
And travel basketball, actually this week, I give credit to me, I don't know how we does it. But there are tremendous challenges with scheduling for basketball. What's interesting is that I was for the meeting to get a sense of why we're so, why we're struggling with the state. The town has grown, I didn't realize it's 1990 now by over 2,000 people. So there are 13,000 people here in 1990, over 15,000 now. And the facilities haven't grown with that proportion as it relates to some of these record facilities. So just to give you a sense, and you can go back and share the board, give you the statistics and share with me so you're aware of it. So there's 470 children in the RAC program, which consists of 46 grades 3 through 8. That's 46 separate students that need practice time. They're practicing once a week on Tuesdays and income. Okay, there's 207 kids in the travel program, also 3 through 8. That's another 21 teams. There's also the Pee Wee Clinic and the Challenger program that's taking those aside. You have 67 teams looking for practice spaces, which is a great thing that everybody's so interested. The boys program has grown, the girls program has grown. It's a very positive thing. But scheduling has been a nightmare. So these are the facilities that we're using. Newton, correct me if I'm wrong. We're using McKay, Smith, Stillman, TMS. We have the front and the back of TMS. But we have to go outside the borough to Elizabeth Morrow, Allen, and Jason Rebecca, reminding me that there's a lot of facilities to know. We don't have to pay for the facilities. We do have to pay for the facilities. So what is this for them? Well, first of all, the contract is somewhere in 6 because the facility is open from the company to the school. We now get the facility back and ready. So you have have a lot of parents who know that. But the older kids, and then when they were young, they're not in time from 9:30 to 9 on school. And, you know, the older kids, they're getting a lot of homework, especially in middle school, and that's also an issue. So I just wanted everybody, to be aware of that. The other problem that Jason Blue said an issue, the McKay, Spillman, Smith schools, the courts are so small that the space between out of bounds and the beginning are only 3 feet. So as the kids get older, the third and fourth grade is not much of an issue, but as they get bigger, it actually becomes a safety issue based on some of the kids running role, having issues with stuff like that. So scheduling is a nightmare, safety is an issue. The great thing that the basketball program is flourishing and that there's plenty of people interested, but we need the extra space. So in talking with my colleagues here, a standard court, high school court is 84 by 50. So that's what the middle school is. If you walk into that front end and the back end. And if you notice, they'll have 4 hoops that are side by side going horizontally. So if we could do 2 of those, obviously more would be great. You can get 4 teams practicing at once, 4 games going on one side by side. For more, formal game playoff games, that would use a larger court. But having that type of facility in addition to that would be great. We can use the high school, the high school needs it for boys and girls, seriously need it. So 6 minutes per court. Yeah. Only not already got. So that already happens. 6 weeks back. Yeah, and Andy brings up something also. The younger kids, and we ran into this issue with TMS for the travel tryout. If we could get groups that go up and down, there's a back row going down and down. Yeah, because the younger kids eat for groups a little bit better for third grade. So these are pretty much the issues that we want to create. Really, now and different scheduling because it's really a challenge. I don't know if anyone wants to speak more to it because he doesn't spend a lot of time on it. Yeah, if you want to get some of these issues, that's great.
Yeah, so I spent the last 2 weeks because it's so tight. To give you some idea, 60 some odd teams, we have about 4 open courts for the entire league. So every piece of it, I doubled up, I've done everything I could. The parents are playing. 3rd and 4th graders are running practices till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It's just, I don't have, and then somebody said, well, my kid's 9 years old now, you have to go to 9 o'clock at night. I was like, well, would you like an 8-year-old? It's like, those are my choices. So it's a challenging thing. I have to move from now. My parents moved here in 1977. So we're in the system, and video basketball all the way to the high school. I was comfortable in the high school. I can tell you that the facilities right now are nothing like what we had growing up because we just have so many kids. And the only thing that I see that has been added to facility wise is that gym and data. And considering the amount of students that we have now, it's horrifying. When you take into account the number of students we have that are participating in the program, the parents that are in, you got 700 to 800 people in this town that are involved in the basketball program. It's a great program. I think it showcases the town really well. But facility wise, relative to the other town, I myself still play 48 years old, I still play that. Because we don't have an indoor.
How many people there involved in the children?
So there's about 600 kids. But then we start to get long term and the coaches, and you start pushing up another 100 people, call it 700. And even more than that, because there were obviously a lot of parents that were involved in coaching, but they weren't involved in the program.
Parents who someone volunteer more platform to get them over here and involved. Another issue that I just wanted to also is we have to do a lot of Friday nights as well. And then there are a lot of members of the community that are sad with serving. So it's an issue. The problem the locker rooms. I mean, locker rooms would be great, but we actually don't utilize them that much right now.
They kind of come in and out. I don't know.
Just that,
That's just-
you know, building team on.
But for example, when we play a game, the kids are out in the hallway in between like a half on. You know, there's no locker room kind of make.
Yeah, in the shop, there is 18 back.
Because you got reports going on at the same time.
So if you have 4 quarters, you want 8 locker rooms?
I think you probably want more locker, yeah. Or at least, you know, where it's divided, where the locker room where you could have 2 separate teams kind of meeting.
Because the 4 courts, 85 or 50, with the run there. In the locker room, the bottom floor is very low.
The 4 full size or 4?
4 full size.
No, we're talking 2 full size and 4. Yeah, 2 full size and 4.
Also, there's 2 courts that break down.
Up to 4.
Yeah, exactly. So you would have 2 side by side smaller courts and then you create one.
One second.
Yeah, basically the way you can't have. Okay. Yeah, the factory in stand there, but.
Are you telling me it stays on?
I wouldn't know what those, I would look at the middle school. You want it. Yeah, I would look at the middle school, see how that plays out in the plus. Yeah, we can put those on the wall. I don't know if you have any other questions, some, like Rob's been on the board for a while, he might be able to answer more questions, but still want to look at some issues with that.
Does it matter, where you put again, I'll just try to make you guys laugh. I get you 10 basketball courts at the recycling center versus 2 basketball courts right off Washington. Does that matter to you? Is it, again, the same question Andy always asks? Is the amount of space more important than the location of the space, more important than its goal to leave, backwards?
I don't get number of courts. We drive to Alpine, you know, we say Alpine.
So you don't care where the courts are as long as you get it.
We drive to Alpine.
As long as you get 2, in the town, you get 2 brand new courts, you can break down. It's not
Hey.
No,
Let's take it over on the ground.
yeah, I mean. I don't know. So we need to warn for that.
Now, Jamie, your layout, your 55,000 square feet, you're a sweet basketball in that building. Is your preference to have a new building? We don't care.
It would be nice, because when I think we are, you go back. It's the number one thing that goes.
Can I ask you a question? So one of the things that has been brought up to me before, some of the towns that actually have these large community centers are able to host tournaments, there's money from them, they're able to host with 6 basketball. Is that something you want to run as a rec director? I mean, because that obviously would require more than 10.
Absolutely, we try to think of doing that.
You gotta go to the mic, sorry.
We even discuss how to talk. We want to have these big talk tournaments, but we don't have enough skills for it. Not good for it, so.
And that earns money for the town.
So anything basketball related, unless it's around the grass, goes through TY. We assist them. So, there would be money in this way.
That would help pay for use of other courts.
Absolutely.
They would, I was gonna say, it could help them sustain.
That's a good question. This is a script question. It's aside. Is it possible to put a beach ball over our courts downtown?
The short answer is yes, but the way they're laid out, no, it's a demo site, so.
So is it possible? So, okay, so forget that. This is easier if we had a short-term thing. Again, this is the whole sidebar of a bubble with basketball courts that's heated.
Yeah, so a bubble of basketball courts are easy, is definitely a possibility. Provide cheaper buildings, buildings by far.
I'm just talking about a short-term immediate kind of.
You build
All right, so we'll have a-
you build it all much longer.
Okay.
Andy, there's an awful, and it's heated with the long. Because I believe that's really good. And I don't know if that's possible.
So it has a bubble here. So the bubble has. Green acres requirement is that you have to schedule it to be a certain time of day, I'll take it on. 7. The issue with the bubble is it's the bubble, that is the system that keeps it inflated, and you have to maintain that, so if it's snow on, you have to make sure it gets heat up high enough. You really need to stop, but it takes the effort, there's nothing, but plenty of towns you have bubbles. Your budget has $1 million.
So along that line, some camps and I know some towns where I think that those buildings that they go to better off with a cheap alternative, or even the same number, got a logical way to go. Whole building,
You know, it's gonna, a lot of whole buildings are solidless. So you look on that, the ability to cover them, sort of, good for rain, that's, but. I mean, the town you look at, they're taking out the reports and covering the reports. So it's a pretty big cost, it's not cheap.
Think about the timing on bubbling the port. How fast we get them done.
Sure, from your perspective, it'd be a year project. Yeah, but you have to actually design it, design some bids, open bids, and the lead time for all is probably 8 months. And they're gonna make, they'll keep them in stock. And the mechanical. Oh, yeah, I have, we can't hang the later, we got for John through, we did something. Oh, mechanical. Or COVID. And
we just replaced it on top of that, so it still be used.
you put a couple of links, it's very different.
So that's a little separate.
Yeah. You're, so, if I can say, you put a bubble in my very good demo.
Right.
And rebuild it, rebuild it.
I mean, we kind of talked about community center, which is parking. Especially if we ever did a basketball tournament, we're looking at large amounts of parking. And
If 2 courts, say 2 courts, the break on 4, how many parking spaces? I mean, I can hold that number based on, no ID numbers, but. Look, is it large amount or just one that go about? Which is your charge, you have,
It's usually a minimum of 5 towns, so,
how many kids?
I mean, you guys have 400, you can buy 600.
10 to 12.
So you're talking about 60 kids, 60 kids, 69 cars, that's on how they're computing that. We show them.
13. This is 400 bucks.
Is that what we have when we have the state performance? And software usually.
Yeah, there's no reason. Everywhere.
Come in and they accommodate in there, 'cause I know we've been doing that for years.
I mean, I wouldn't know because they're parking on side streets, but it's very good.
Where do you play softball game?
Sunny side, which is under the other.
They've got the state performance.
Right,
Great program.
right.
100.
Yeah, so it's, and you.
can I ask also any different other indoors and words that we haven't discussed? So let's say that in the all cases we convert these basketball courts, and what else do we envision them being? Volleyball. Volleyball. How many? Yeah. I know we had discussed volleyball afterwards. This is another weird one, indoor, like golf, anything like that.
We do golf programs before, indoors.
What do you do to?
Either the cameras room we do it, we do it on field. Wherever we can. Yeah.
Right.
So the opportunities are great and we're growing. We talk about it every day. These wonderful organizations grow their numbers, just keep inflating. We're only getting bigger.
Are you currently using the outdoor courts for any of the basketball?
So
You want on Tenafly Road?
we did during COVID.
Sure
We
you
did
don't.
outdoor, we did recreation and travel outdoors.
But you don't, it's not part of the schedule for
We
you,
do. The next
okay,
course.
even in the winter?
Is it?
No,
So we do a program to rec, but not to raise. We did like a 4 week, but again, for COVID, we wouldn't do that normally. Mhm.
You had a 50,000 square foot building. How many staff? You hire staff.
We would need, that was 10
How many have
memberships, we have 7. Some are per time.
Obviously, with a full. Like, there.
Need a reception for memberships or whatever, we're gonna do that.
And on the gym. We talked about a freeway area and a machine area, just machine area or just a big work area, just a big like, kind of like a really big work area, like. It was to go and like, or all the way off.
Yes, just for training for sports or
Freeway,
membership training, yes.
machine.
Physical cardio.
Things like yoga, maybe.
Yes, so, you know, just a yoga Pilates, those are popular.
Are you looking to have this facility for anything? Concerts, or who's involved?
Right, so basically, obviously, you can have concert in the gym, but it could be good for, you know, dances, events, singular events, concerts,
You could have gone to kids, so. Down there, well,
right,
I just want to.
to the library, has,
Force.
okay.
They went full acoustic arrest forever.
Because I don't want to say the word. No, sweet.
But, I believe Carolina is here, I was, I stayed to some of the. There's 150.
It's more like they movie.
Right,
Or like an outdoor movie there, on the down the island. And they do, theater in the park.
But you plan to have this, like a piece of theater, like ladies? No, you should have a budget.
Kind of make people, you know, we heard from 3 groups tonight, we heard from a group that has 400 people going to the senior center, but not all of them. Tenafly, we heard from the library, which is utilized by a lot of people, but not every single day. The basketball program is the #1 sport we have. It promotes families and they use it and would use it 7 days a week. I would assume it would be the most utilized game during that season, plus every other sports season can utilize it. It's so short-sighted of us not to consider it strong. Benefits the most amount of revenue.
You're welcome. Anybody else on the meeting?
Noel, anything, Noel?
Noel, comments? Dragon Ninja.
Here we go. Now you can hear me?
One more.
Yeah, so I was just trying to follow on. It's a little difficult to hear through, I guess, through the audio system, but you know, overall, it's like, I guess my only comment, the big thing is that, you know, I know there's always discussions about what to do and how to do things. I know the community center is on, you know, a big radar for a very long-term plan, very, very long-term. But you know, like the basketball, you know, we need more active space, you know, plain and simple. They keep knocking down houses and building down duplex. More people are coming into this town, and ultimately, we need to get more active space. I think that's just the plain simple matter. We need active space and not any more passive space whatsoever.
If you couldn't find space for 4 brand new deals, would you then default and try to put it to like currently here on the field? That's a great one. If you didn't, if you couldn't find space for 4 more fields, which is 5 fields, so you feel there. Would you just take this and get it and put it like current on that?
Existing fields are set, correct?
There's no one right now.
Can you turf, Sunnyside? with the
Yeah.
water issue?
Well, yeah, it's on. Water, yeah.
Municipals turf,
Maybe to the mayor. I do know that Rochelle Park, Woodfield, Carlock, it was turf and during the fun, it's destroyed.
it's destroyed in the budget. So let me ask a question out of the blue here. Great fields have been an issue for years. We've got what, 4 to 6 acres that would be used for the composting facility. Is there a possibility of turning that into active fields or doing something different with the leaves?
Sure.
That's
The big space,
it's a big space, it's 6 acres.
big space, next to another community. The seniors there, once you can light it, you might like, building fun or anybody, you can really like, you put it on the field.
Something should be mounted around. Yes, we go.
How many acres are we looking at here? Especially for.
Well, it's 50,000 square feet, acres, 4356. So you're over,
You
right?
want me to do math?
Right, you're over, probably need 2 acres between the park. That's not getting any fields involved. Ideally, 2 acres is like height. Size 10
Everyone.
foot is not even heavy. Get it there.
I don't want to think we have, obviously outdoor and green space, that is not feel more passive community gardens, the dog parks, you know, things like that that are still kicking around. You know, space for someone wants to have a meeting outside, an amphitheater, or something like that. I mean, how much more space do I need?
You have to tell me what you want to put outside. You already said you want outdoor space.
I would like some sort of amphitheater where you can have beaches, concert, evenings in the park, things that would make sense with community events.
So if we go to make a speech at an amphitheater, how many people do you think are showing up?
11.
Not enough people.
That's right. Because
But our summer concert series would be lovely.
Yeah, I'm really confident. It's colder and but it is all came to it. And thought, and they would know how to.
what were you saying?
It's older, they actually have a nice modi, more complex where it's kind of funky, the curved roof, so that light room, and it's all undercover. Probably 4 or 5,000 square feet, seats a couple hundred people, and you get people for one night, and they do all this stuff, they always undercover the light, so you never have that ever chance like that. Very nice.
Good. You got a question?
That's great. Thank you guys. Really appreciate everyone showing up.
Jamie, other comments from your team, gentlemen? Oh, well.
Great. Thank you guys.
Carol?
Carol is a nice office corner window. We just want more space.
Sam, do you have clarity on this?
I do, and so our next, we can do one of 2 things, we can. Take this, summarize and give it to you. Or what I prefer to do is possibly have it normally with just municipal employees. The mayor and council are going on in town. You know, maybe put it, do it more time and then work with it again. I can do what, one thing.
Why don't we go, I mean, unless the council disagrees, let's go with your suggestion. You're gonna summarize it and then have a meeting before we actually distribute the summary, right?
Right.
Okay, what's the time for that?
Maybe that's the second meeting we could. So we can put together next week and get it together the week after. So the next week is like December 5th is that week. Then we get that second week done.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I think it'd be great if you could help us again synthesize. Again. I'd rather you not invest time to summarize something that is just impossible of sort. So I think what we want to do is we want to, want 500 acres of space, probably can't do that on Washington, things like that.
So we're gonna try to give you a list of all the desires and wants for your life. And then we're gonna give you overlay, some of those false grades. How much would be? Yeah, no get involved with them. Before we get too much.
Exactly, that is what I think. Exactly.
Yeah, and again, understanding. Space and Tenafly is. There's a lot of things I come into, and I go, well, I know it's right there, I know it's right there. So space is an issue. You guys have a space issue where, for instance, the seniors are there, they want to be downtown. So if I knock their building down, you'll have another display for me. So you have to now incur the cost of having to go somewhere else, right, for lunch, tell them, sorry, you have to wait. So, you know, if you have issues like that are going to arise, you go to this European space, or you're gonna say, the location, the accomplish that I want to take it over, I want to put the new community center there. So now you have to take out an activity you have there, which is the DPW, so you have to find a place for that first before you take that in. So you have things that have to come in French house.
Or you just outsource them. But 560, none of them, very few of them use up 5 acres of their own land to literally watch paint dry.
Right, the main issue you have is lease compost.
Is what?
The main issue you have your lease compost facility, which is something that is gonna happen. So they're going to regulate worse and worse every year. And you've seen it in various, or not these, they go, we want this. In the last couple of years, they made it harder. Where now they're coming down and inspecting their facility yearly.
What do we have to do with the engineering of the drainage there next, right?
They're squeezing your top.
I think it's time for that to be a serious consideration in the process.
They're gonna show you.
To that, I mean, you ever read, what could ever do with how the Senate brought the DEP running us to the Senate, right? No matter what.
No matter.
Drainage will be issues, strongly for building deals.
Anybody that has any-
And what's your sense right now, how to because I know they changed based on administration.
So the DEP under the current administration.
Is what?
There. It's just not public that's made in my entire. I don't know. I guess why, you guys guess why. It's the toughest Thursday. So it's even part of December 10th.
Say that again, Jason?
Depends on the season starts December 10th. We should be able to have it already.
You're all set.
December 10th is 2019. So my time will be followed.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Give me alcohol.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Andy, we still have, just because it's a public meeting, I have 2 minutes worth of business to do, right? So we officially have to have public comment time with the public meeting. 15 minutes has been allocated to this purpose. Citizens are welcome to address the mayor and council on any governmental item of concern to them, whether or not it is scheduled on the agenda below. Citizens must give their names and addresses when recognized to speak. Large groups are urged to select someone to represent them. The public is advised these meetings are recorded and are subject to the Open Public Meetings Act. Does anyone in council chambers like to speak? Any public comments? Yes. Omar, you see anyone?
No hands there.
Okay, anyone out on WebEx that would like to make any public comments? Omar, is there anybody there?
There's no one on that.
Okay, I'm going to close public comments. And can I get a motion to adjourn, please? Can I get a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, everybody.
I knew I never could, know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay.